everything looks good here. Hello once again, everyone. I am back with some more Final Fantasy XIV Reborn. Sorry about the lack of an Ender Lily stream yesterday. I had a lot to plan. And a lot more I'm going to be planning in IRL. But I'm back, so without further ado, let's get into part 5 of Reborn. So last time we had quite a bit of a lengthy movie stream where we did not only the Binding Coils of Bahamut, but also, what was it? Oh yeah, also the Crystal Tower quests. Rise of Principles. Yep, as I thought. Rising Sands, here we go. So, aside from my busy weirdness, how is everyone in or anyone who is actually here? I know my streams don't exactly draw a crowd. Also, speaking of cutscene movie time, I plan to do the same thing with some of the other raid quests. Like, I plan to do the same thing with Alexandria and the Sky Pirates. It's as well as Omega and the Lost City stuff. Alright. Let's go. Oh, in any event, let's get at it. Hey, Medvillia. Or should I say Mom Pizza? Actually, wait, that sounds weird. No. Thousand! It pleases me to see you well. Hataru! Do excuse me for interrupting, Valzen. Milady, the gentleman from Ashkana Exports has just left. I understand why you didn't want to receive him. I understand now why you didn't want to receive him. You did well, Tataru. Please, inform the gods that we will not be receiving any further guests this afternoon. Thank you, my lady. Ever since we defeated Gaius Van Balsar and destroyed his ultimate weapon, the eyes of the world have followed our every move, scarce remembering to blink. Where once we worked in secret, with precious few friends and all too many enemies, we are now besieged by benefactors, each one more eager than the last to offer us his complete support. True embarrassment of riches. Of course, every promise of patronage comes with a price. Some make their intentions known from the start, while others endeavor to engage us more subtly. Dress it how they will, the message is ever the same. We shall help you, but only if you help us. The gentleman Tataru spoke of was more brazen than most. In exchange for certain supplies, he would have us resolve a business dispute. Naturally, I refused him, as I have every other merchant of his ilk. Alas, the Syndicate's overtures are not so easily rejected. We formed the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. It was with the goal of serving Eorzea, not the interests of individual Eorzeans. And neutrality is fundamental to our cause. In my heart, I know this to be true, and yet, accepting these offers of patronage could empower us to do greater good. Might they not warrant greater consideration? Our Baldessian colleagues have been generous beyond measure, but we cannot expect them to. Forgive me. I didn't mean to burden you so. Oh, it's no trouble at all, ma'am. Yet, my urge to share this dilemma may not be wholly misguided. As I impose upon you to consult the others, they are like to have their own opinions on this matter. I for one agree with you and stay neutral. If I die, tell my wife I said hello. Recall you our meeting with the Admiral. Shortly after leaving the Laminsons, sent word. Recall you our meeting with the Admiral. Shortly after the Laminsons sent word of the summoning of Titan. Then mayhap you also recall my words to our host. It said unto Merweb that her people had broken their treaty with the kobolds, and that the beastmen had justly responded. We had been called to intervene in a conflict which she herself had invited. I spoke, in short, the truth. Wherefore did I speak it? Because owing no allegiance to Limsa, I felt no compulsion to allow the Laminsons to distort the facts to fit a narrative which justified their actions and absolved them of guilt. On the subject, Mephilia can expect a similar reply. Many dalliances with the city-states have already weakened our claim to neutrality. The path she contemplates would see us relinquish it entirely. Yeah, see, I agree. Fortune begets power. Power, fortune. That we, and especially you, have power is beyond doubt. The question is what to do with it. You may be interested to know there is a growing belief amongst the refugees that Alamigo could be liberated. Only the Scions would commit their strength to the cause. Yet theirs is but one of many causes. Stand at a crossroads, Felser. Each path is paved with good intentions. Where they lead is far from clear. I've been receiving a lot of gifts lately, but Papalymo keeps making me send them back. It wouldn't be so bad, but some of them are really nice. I mean, very nearly abandon your principles nice, you know? None can deny that we would benefit from more support, but if it comes at the cost of our principles? Naturally, neutrality was ever a delicate matter. Lost cost of them at times I had to explain to people that our allegiances need not necessarily lie in the same place as our headquarters. Mind you, if we are to sell our services for Gil, we might as well declare our fealty to Ul'dah now, and have done with it. I'm quite sure Ida would enjoy the bribes. 'Tis the lot of the powerful to attract the covetous as well as the needy. Thus doth prudence dictate that those with power proffer aid with one hand whilst the other resteth ever on their hilt. Alas, we have not the luxury of time to decipher our petitioners' machinations. Nay, not while the beast tribes do labor unseen, defiant in defeat, to rise up their fallen primals once more. Doubt not that they shall return, stronger and bolder both, nor that we shall be the ones to meet them. This sacred charge shall ever be ours. 'Tis but a pity we are so few, and our fortunes so finite. So funding sounds pretty nice, but that comes at the cost of who we are. Hey, Albanoise, what do you think? The situation is not wholly unexpected. I too have given much thought to our organization's future, though it would seem I have reached a different conclusion. Mayhap it is time I made my feelings known to the antecedent. Come along, Falzon. Elfino? Falzon? Is aught amiss? You decide counsel, and you shall have it. Memphilia, the scions of the Seventh Dawn must leave Ul'dah. We must do what? So long as we remain within Ul'dah territory, we shall never be free to act with impunity. Moving our headquarters to Vesper Bay only delayed the inevitable. We have demonstrated our capabilities, and the Syndicate has taken note. They will not suffer our organization to remain independent now. We are far too dangerous for that. Surely you realize they are the reason Vesper Bay still lacks an ether agent. They know full well how beneficial one would be to our cause, which is why it and other favors will be denied us unless we cooperate. If Ul'dah is no longer suitable, where would you have us go? Experience has taught us that the appearance of neutrality is as important as the reality. Accordingly, we must keep each of the great nations at arm's length and plant our banner in a place which all agree to be beyond their borders. Mordona. Revenant's Toll, to be precise. It lies within neutral territory and offers all the essential faculties we require. By way of an additional benefit, it is also frequented by a large variable legion of adventurers who may serve to supplement our ranks. I am, of course, conscious of the fact that we have developed a certain bond with Ul'dah and her people over the years. But I truly believe this to be the best course of action. As you yourself observed, we have invaluable ties to the local community. Forged through years of concerted effort, Ul'dah is our home, Alphino. To cast aside everything we have built and start anew in that desolate wasteland would be beyond reckless. The decisions that you ought to make, Antecedent. I only ask that you recall the shared purpose which first moved us to found the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and which moved you to found the Path of the 12 ere that. We aspire to an ideal, you and I, just as my grandfather did. It makes us more than mere comrades in arms. We're as much as your family as... That will be all, Alphino. I am sure you have some familial affairs of your own to attend to. Your concern is most generous, but no. I have left them in the hands of men better suited to the task than I. Do not very well allow my personal affairs to come before the needs of the Order, after all. Leave Ul'dah. Has it truly come to this? Oh, Bowsen. Pray attend to Alphino. He's engaged in some business or other and requires your attention. Pray, be on your way. Alphino waits upon you, and I have much to think about. Oh, and tell him he shall have my answer in due time. Frick. I was trying to have some water and my throat's still dry. Confound it. She knows what must be done, and still she hesitates. Because of those fanciful rumors. I should explain. Memphila's mother, well, adoptive mother, was among the great many who perished during the calamity. Philomin was her name, though you may know her better as the songstress of Ul'dah. She was a performer of singular talent, much beloved by the people of Eorzea, not to mention a certain Charlian Mistral. As you imagine, the news of her passing was greeted with shock and disbelief by her adoring followers, many of whom refused to acknowledge what had happened. Her body was never found, only served to encourage speculation. Ophelia too struggled at first to accept the truth, but as Philommene's absence stretched from months into years, she saw that there could be no other explanation. Till recently, at any rate. Whatever reason, rumors have once again begun to circulate that Philomene is alive and well. One of our informants, Father Illud, has sent word that a woman matching the songstress's description has been seen of late at the seaside resort of Costa del Sol. If we could succeed in tracking her down, no doubt that any worries that now plague Minfilia's heart might be assuaged. We need to set forth for La Nocia at once. Let us reconvene there and inquire with Master Gekiruju as to the veracity of these rumors. Okay then. There. Oh, sweet siren of the sands, my Mikote Moose, why have you forsaken me? That's in Spain, I mean, Thousand. What brings you to my humble resort? Philomene? You mean to tell me the goddess made flesh who dwelt among us until so very recently was the songstress of Ul'dah? Gods, man! If I had known that, I would have chained her to my bedpost and never let her leave.
If I would have won, there would have been nothing left of you otherwise.
For shame! To think that she now pillies her trade for the riffraff to the west, or wherever she was said she was going. It's a tragedy, I say. A tragedy! West, is it? Thank you, Master Gekiruju. Your information will serve us well. That said, there are any number of places she could be. I shall begin my search by the docks and see if any witnesses may have some knowledge to spare. I would be most appreciative if we could travel to Wineport and do the same. I don't see why not. Why not, chat? Do you get it? It is a pun. A very terrible pun. Laugh! You will laugh! Oh, whoops.
Well, impotent Thousand, the savior of Wineport, what do we owe to pleasure? Yes, yes, we did receive a customer matching that description. She was a delight to behold, to give the woman her due, but her perfume was so ghastly, I had no choice but to eject her from my premises, interfering with tastings, you understand. She is your quarry, why not consult your blind associate? His olfactory perception is without peer. Given that I could smell the woman from a mile away, I dare say he could smell her from 10. You know wonder if I've seen a recorded laugh by the name of Philhamin. Oh, wish. I haven't seen a lass of any description for far too bloody long.
That's sad. Wait, haven't seen the last of... And haven't seen the last for a long time? You have plenty of good-looking lasses around here. I see you have... See you've had many great adventures since last we spoke, Valzen. Must share them with me sometime. How can you see? The girl from a little while ago? One does not forget a perfume like that. So robust and intoxicating, yet simultaneously familiar. Innocent of a bloom native to these parts, in fact. It said as much when we spoke, complimented my powers of observation, and asked me where she might find some of the flowers. So I told her to follow the road south into Raincatcher Gully, and then head east after crossing the second bridge. The flowers which grow in the shade of the cliff have the strongest scent, you see. If you make haste, you may yet find her there. Onward! Ahoy there! I am in your debt, stranger. I did not realize my activities had aroused the Gobo's ire until it was too late. Their oils can be used to make a perfume, you see, and I feel a min? I don't... Who are you? Whom do you serve? It appears you already found our woman. Me impressed, my friend. Songstress of Old I presume? The Songstress of Old I presume? Mephilia, or should I say, Asilia, is looking for you. Asilia? Asilia? You're the very picture of health, milady. Hey, yet the world thinks you dead. I can only conclude that this was by design. The question is, why? Everyone who endeavors to find me does so with the best intentions, child. Be pleased to know that I fully intend to reveal myself to Menphilia when the time is right. Oh, well, that does please me. More than you know. But tell me, sojourns in the forests of La Nocia aside, when exactly will the time be right? When I deem it so. Can you imagine I traveled all this way on a whim? As I was telling your associate prior to your intrusion, I came here to harvest these flowers for use in a perfume. Does that satisfy your curiosity? Or will you interrogate me further? My apologies for the interruption. Anyway, now that we all have what we came for, might we continue this conversation in a safer locale? Wineport, say? Wineport's the other way. This is not at all how I envisioned it. I can scarce begin to imagine what emotions will go through Minfilia's heart when she reunites with her mother after all these years. Oh, we for good times. You say my daughter awaits us in Vesper Bay, yes? I have kept her waiting long enough. Let's be off on the next ferry. I can finish fashioning the perfume along the way. Understood. Come with me. It will be my pleasure to escort you to the Waking Sands. Oh. Very convenient. I wish more quests were like this. Would save me time and money. Oh, Ophelia! Antecedent, you have a guest. Lamin? Asilia. Oh, that's nice. I haven't seen her like this in years, Fasten. I never truly believed it when they told me you were dead. But what kept you away for so long? The Imperials came for me. Yes, I always knew they would. And so I resolved to stay as far away from you as I could, lest their pursuit of me endanger you and our cause. You think of no better way to grant you the freedom to continue our work. Continue what you did, achieving things I would never have imagined possible. I followed your every success and celebrated in secret. So proud of you, Asilia. I learned from the best. Oh, so she's a Scion too. I have a gift for you. Celestia perfume! You remembered! How could I ever forget? You wore it all the time. If I ever lost sight of you, I could find you again, just by following my nose. Did not think it was made anymore. Must have gone to so much trouble. It was no trouble to me, my darling. Fear cannot say the same for Valzen, however. I would have made it without him. Come on. You know, Valzen. Thank you both. I mean, all I did was bless Asagubi. There's something else. This is the cat's eye I found. All these years you kept it. My father was a member of the Alamegan resistance. When I was a child, he brought me here to Uldar. The accident which claimed his life happened shortly after our arrival. It was Lamin who took me in then. She raised me as her own, taught me everything I needed to know to survive. I'm no stranger to the facts of your history, as I fear I have failed to grasp their implications. It is clear that there is much I do not know about you and your mother. One of her first lessons to me concerned mining. I was a very dedicated student. This cat's eye was the first stone I unearthed. It wasn't much, of course, but I was exceedingly proud to have found it nonetheless. So I gave it to Lamin as a gift, and it was beautiful. But there I'm at a loss. Why are you returning this to me? Is something amiss? No, Asila, nothing is amiss. Quite the opposite. I need you to realize how far you've come. How much further you may still go. Must still go. You and your allies have accomplished more than I ever could have hoped. You have succeeded where I failed. It made me so proud that words fail me. But But even as I marvel at the woman you've become, and at all the many things you've done, I cannot help but think of what you have yet to do, and of what it may entail. Celia, daughter, I cannot stay here anymore. You and the Ions must leave Uldar. Lamin, you built it once, Cecilia. You can build it again. And this time, we'll do it together. Truly? Alphino, the time has come for the Scions to leave Vespa Bay. We shall establish a new headquarters in Revenant's Toll as you proposed. Much work lies ahead of us. Inform our fellow Scions and send word to the students of Balbithian. Preparations begin at once. And there we have it. The time of it being right was right now. Which is all well and good that we found ourselves a new home in Revenant's Toll. So much to be done, and in so little time. Our first step will be to secure the cooperation of the Adventurers Guild representatives there. Were it not for the Guild's considerable efforts, the original Camp Revenant's Toll would have never been established, much less its more heavily fortified successor. However, with construction still ongoing, resources in short supply, it seems certain that the Guild will require something in return for their support, sympathetic to our cause though they may be. Whatever they ask, I shall not begrudge it. To be plain, we need them more than they need us. Without their assistance, such essential tasks as securing new facilities, cultivating relationships with local merchants, and recruiting adventurers would prove difficult if not impossible. You need not concern yourself with such matters, Antecedent. Really, Alphino, if I need concern myself with anything, it's surely matters such as these. Indirectly, perhaps. I submit that you might instead concern yourself with a different matter, namely, to whom the resolution of such matters might best be entrusted. And here I am. Nor do I come alone. I present the esteemed emissary of the Adventurers Guild at Revenant's Toll. Representatives. I'll have. It is an honor, Antecedent. Upon receiving word of your intentions from Master Alphino, we thought it best to begin talks at the earliest available opportunity. Know that my associates at Revenant's Toll hold the Scions of the Seventh Dawn in the highest regard. We shall be honored to welcome your organization. And there are, of course, certain provisions which must needs be negotiated. If it please you, I would do so. It does. Sir, unless I am mistaken, you are the one known as Valzen, are you not? May I say, what a pleasure it is to make your acquaintance. Slaveborn spoke of you in the most glowing terms. Steal an Imperial Reaper, and then use it to infiltrate a Gallian castrum is an undertaking few would contemplate, and fewer still survive. Well, I didn't do it alone. You shall always be welcome at Revenant's Toll. We hope you will favor us with your presence again ere long. What's the point of the lady being there? Didn't speak. Be a bodyguard? Well, well. It would seem your reputation precedes you, Valzen. Mayhap I should dispatch you to Revenant's Toll with all haste, as first intended. Before that, I dare say you have earned yourself a rest. After all, you have traveled so far. There's already so much you have done for us. And for me. We'll speak again anon. Till then, take care. Ah, Belzen. Were you able to get some rest? I would ask you to come with me to the Solar. Alphino has just returned, and it would seem there is something he would share with us. Okay then. So what would you like to share with the class? You're here. Good. Become bearing news. The negotiations are concluded. Our friends at the Adventurers Guild have agreed to furnish us with new facilities, material support in exchange for assistance in the ongoing defense and development of Revenant's Toll. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn shall have a new home in Mordona, the Rising Stones. A bittersweet victory, if truth be told. I cannot deny that I had come to look forward to Tataru's tales of our many guests and their many, many demands. From the Waking Sands to the Rising Stones. Possibly poetic. That wasn't your doing, was it? Waking Sands, Rising Stones. What's next? Sinking Mountain? Or rather, maybe sinking boulders or something. I too have news to share. In expectation of this monumentous day, I personally informed the Alliance leaders of our plans. They have pledged their full support, General Raban included. Moreover, I have decided that the time is right for us to cast off the vestiges of our Order's veil of secrecy and announce ourselves to the world. Are you sure that is wise, Antecedent? If anything, it is mere formality. Our existence is quite possibly the worst kept secret in Eorzea. Let us affirm my identity, proclaim our achievements, that all may know what the Scions of the Seventh Dawn stand for. Well, obvious risk up parts, it would be nice to receive a little more recognition. I mean, worst kept secret feels like an understatement at this point. And the people have a right to know who saved them. It is my hope that this gesture will encourage the people of Eorzea to place their trust in us. I would reveal to them the true extent of our power. Yes, but in so doing, I would show them that it is a power accountable to no one, and at once to all. And what of us? We who felled primals and faced down the Empire? To you, my fellow Scions, I would say this: prepare for the challenges which lie ahead, for they will be great indeed. Don't worry, you also have your confirmed God Killer. Great. They yet no greater than us. And we will rise to them, as we have time and again, united as one. Pat. Must be some way I could... Wait, that area is said to be rich in minerals. Maybe I should ask Philomen to teach me the basics of mining too. wonder how he does it? Alphino, I mean. It was almost predictable that he should appear with an emissary of the Adventurers Guild mere moments after it expressed the need to forge ties between our organizations. Truly, his sense of timing rivals even your own. Setting such mysteries aside for the present, I have a task for you. I would like you to deliver these documents to Reborn and concern our forthcoming move. You take care on the road and represent us well, Valden. Oh, hold on. I could always go for more donuts.
So I would have thought to expect the Scion, but I didn't expect it to be you. It's been far too long, Valden. You have something for me? Yes. You have something for me? Yes. Let's see now. Yes, everything appears to be in order. You'll be staying with us for a while, yes? What that we had a dozen more like you. Since we don't know, we'll just give you the work of a dozen men. I jest.
Back to the work of a dozen men, I see. I jest. Even I can appreciate that an important man, such as yourself, has little time for menial tasks. But since you're here, mayhap you begin on having a look around the Scion's new home. See that impressive structure over there? That's the place. It was originally built to house a branch of the guild, you see. As such, it comes complete with a tavern where the adventurers can rest from the road, fill their bellies with good food and drink, and their ears with tales of fortunes to be had about the realm. It may get a bit raucous at times. I imagine it'll be a good place as any good place as any to recruit capable men and women to your cause. Come, I'll show you around. You, Valsen? Quite sorry to interrupt, but I have most urgent news. We received grim tidings from Gridania. It would appear our aid is required at once. Must have sent your reports to Waking Sands with all due haste.
Is everything alright, friend? I can't say I'm privy to details, but it would appear there is no time for a leisurely tour. But no worries, you can rest assured that I'll see all necessary arrangements. Pray, return any time after you see into your more pressing matters.
If it's a problem in Gridania, why can't you just meet me in Gridania?
I'm just saying, me going to Gridania
Would be a lot quicker than me just going all the way to Ul'dah, only to go all the way to Gridania. Cheaper too. What's wrong, Tataru? Messenger from the Twin Adder came to the Waking Sands while you were in Modona. I wasn't privy to his conversation with the antecedent, but I did see the look on her face after he took his leave. Something is definitely amiss. Could it be that the XIV summoned Garuda again? Or may have Imperial forces have been sighted within the Shroud? But whatever it may be, I am absolutely certain it is nothing you can't handle. We'll go and ask the antecedent if there's anything you can do. This feels like a false alarm. I'm not entirely sure, but it sounds like a false alarm. I knew this day would come, and I prayed it would not come so soon. We have reason to believe that another primal, or an entity resembling one, has been summoned in Gurdania. Oh good. Thine arrival is customarily timely, Falzon. Etheric waves leave little room for doubt. My talents will be needed ere long. If there be any truth in my suspicions, 'tis a familiar foe we face, though one quite unlike the Lady of the Vortex. We do not draw conclusions without evidence, but as Oriange says, the readings bear a strong resemblance to the ones observed more than 5 years ago. Though I had hoped the Mughals guard beyond such follies. Suffice to say, this disturbance warrants an investigation. My presence has been requested by Commander Heliox. He awaited thee at the Adder's Nest. We hasten to Gridania, Valzin. Ida and Papalima will rendezvous with you there. We walk in the light of the crystal. Again, we don't need this back and forth thing. A pleasure to see you as always, Alzin. Thank you for answering my summons. Quite frankly, I could think of no one more qualified to... Oh, we're getting ahead of ourselves, so allow me to explain. Not long ago, the Mughal Kuplo Kop visited the Adder's Nest to request an audience with the Elder Seedseer. He spoke of an imminent threat to all Mughal kind, one which would imperil the entire 12's word if left unchecked. He provided an ample ambassador to the Sylphs, who would have you reprise the role in our dealings with the Mughals. The rest you should hear from Kuplo Kop himself. He awaits you with the Elder Seedseer at the Lotus Stand. Oh. For a second I thought we'd be dealing with Ramu, but I completely forgot that the Mughal Primal was a thing. The question is, why? Why did the Mughal summon one? The other scions have already arrived, sir. Should you win? Actually, there's another question. What does duty support say? I can. Okay, so I have to. Okay, so I have to go in against the Mughal, in the Mughal trial myself.
Please, you have to stop them. You mustn't kill them. They're not bad Mughals, Kupo, but they just misguided. A gentle, firm thrashing is in order. Yes, no.
Calm yourself, Kuplo Kop. Oh, can you not see that he hasn't the faintest idea what you're talking about? Be quiet this instant! I forgive his witless outburst, sister. Oh, wait, that's Rhea, not her. No, wait, she's Rhea, that's Kane. Most grateful I am that you have come, Balzan. Upon such short notice, truly, Gridania could not wish for a more stalwart ally. You are doubtless eager to know wherefore we summoned you. Our friend Kublakov has brought us news of a most unsettling development. It seemed that the good King Mughal VII, Mughal the 12th, has returned to Eorzea. What? That's right, that's his name. A curious thing to hear, I know. Truth to tell, I myself cannot say for sure if he is a genuine figure from history or some manifestation of Mughal mythology. What here would have me believe the former.
Once upon a time.
Actually, no. What would be better, the Meatwad voice or me trying to do a cutesy Moogle voice? Just thinking of the other primals real quick. I don't remember any blob folk, per se. So I guess I'll try.
Once upon a time.
No.
Once upon a time, we Mughals served the gods in the heavens. It was quite nice up there. Unspeakably beautiful. We unimaginably spacious and with a literally endless supply of wine, Kupo. In spite of this, or possibly because of the last part, the gods eventually became discontented and started squabbling, which made life jolly difficult for the poor Mughals. So good King Mughal the 12th, may his glorious name live forever, decreed that the time had come to leave Kupo. The realm of men would suffice, he said, so all the Mughals should live there instead. Unfortunately, the two realms are so far apart that we couldn't safely fly down. But good King Mughal Mog the 12th, his miraculous foresight ever be praised, knew exactly what to do, Kupo. He had a rope, you see, longest one ever woven. This he nobly held while his subjects climbed all the way down to the world below. And that is how we Mughals came to this land, Kupo. All of us except good King Mughal Mog the 12th. His courageous sacrifice never be forgotten. He alone would remain in the heavens, so that Mughal kind might at last know peace. Except that he has not remained in the heavens, from what I understand. That being your reason for contacting us, yes? I'll bet he tied that rope to something. I'm thinking. Remind me again what the problem was with him returning to Eorzea? The problem, Ida, lies in the fact that he was summoned. It is our belief that good King Mughal Mog XII is a myth made manifest via means akin to those employed by the beast tribes in the summoning of their gods. Wait, you're saying a handful of Mughals with a boatload of crystals wished really, really hard, and he just sort of appeared? Would that even work? What I cannot fathom is why they would even try. With Garuda humbled and the ultimate weapon destroyed, no threat could have prompted them to take so drastic a measure. Might that in itself be the answer? Twice in the last half-decade, Eorzea has been brought onto the very brink of destruction, only to be spared at the last by the heroics of a chosen few. To you who braved the tempests and survived by the virtue of your own strength, this latest period of peace will doubtless seem a welcome respite. But to those who had not the power to defend themselves, who were spared only by another's grace, this is merely the calm before the storm. I think the Mughals' guard are afraid of what tomorrow will bring.
and that things may not be so well as they did yesterday. That fear has driven them to call upon a greater power, one they believe can be relied upon to protect their loved ones and their homes, come what may.
I assure you, the Mughals' god only want to protect the forests from outsiders. But ever since the good King Mughal Mog the 12th, may his boundless grace fill our hearts with love, it started to get a little carried away, Kupo. Verging on a lot, in fact.
Like the cells who summoned Ramu, you mean? We cannot discount the possibility that this entity is influencing the Mughals in a manner similar to that of a primal. We share the same concern. Whoever or whatever the king may be, it is our belief that he poses a threat, not only to Mughal kind but to Gridania as a whole. Thus do we beseech you, Falzon. Confront good King Mughal Mog the 12th and drive him from our midst. Alright, it's back to god hunting season. Humbly, I do thank you. The sanctuary of the Mughals' god and their liege lord is concealed by magic wards. For the Asumiyan of the Conjurers Guild will doubtless be able to offer insights on how they might be dispelled. Pray, seek his counsel ere you proceed any further. I honestly forgot what Mughals sounded like, so I just kind of guessed. I know they're high-pitched. And they're higher-pitched, and I know I can't really do that very well. Like, goddamn, me trying that Mughal voice kind of screwed up my throat a bit. Welcome, Falzon. Welcome. That you should be the one to face good King Mughal Mog the 12th is of great concern. To me, and to the elements both. As I'm sure you know, the Mughals are not by their nature a warlike race. Yet should the king be suffered to remain, it's like that his influence will bring about a change in them. Thus does it behoove us to defeat him quickly, before any lasting damage is done. Make whatever preparations you deem necessary, and inform me when you are ready to seek the king. The wards bearing access to the king's sanctuary can only be nullified through the use of enchanted keystones. The self-same method employed 5 years ago, when first the king was summoned to Eorzea. It was with great regret that we were forced to sanction the slaying of the Guardians, who then held the keystones, for none were in our possession at the time. By the grace of the elements, however, we have been spared that burden on this occasion. Kubla Khan confided in me that he had been entrusted with a set of keystones by the Mughals' god themselves. Yet wishing not to betray their confidence, he begged me to find some other means to gain entry into the king's sanctum. Alas, I have been unable to do so, and dare not labor any longer, for fear that the Mughals might succumb to the corrupting influence of their liege lord. We must needs have Kubla Khan's keystones, Falzon. Pray go to him and beg his assistance. With you at the West Shore Pier. Impress upon him our great need, and I am certain he will yield. You see, I know he's a guy, and he looks like, but he also looks very young, as is the nature of what he is. So it's hard for me to tell. I tried going for the most twink voice I could think of, and I attempted to do. And for some reason, I also attempted to make it Ash Ketchum.
So, how are you doing, Kupo? Oh, he told you about that. Well, if there truly is no other way, I'll do it, Kupo. but the ferry to Sweet Bloom Pier, I'll go on ahead.
Boogs. Great moogly oogly.
Don't.
Don't you dare lie to me, Kupo. I know what you're planning, and I won't allow it. Open your eyes, Kupo. The king will never be satisfied no matter how many crystals you bring him.
Alright, that's enough.
We offered you a choice, and this is how you repay us? With consulting with this Lalafell? Imperials, Gridanian selves, you're no different from the rest of them. Actually, you're worse, Kupo. Traitor to the Kins Moguls! He plots treason against the crown! Enough, Kupo! We'll answer for his crime soon enough. This will all who defy the will of good King Moogle Mog the 12th. Oh, may he reign forevermore, Kupo!
What, you're not gonna try and fight me? Cowards.
The king is planning to purge the 12's word of his enemies, Kupo. We must stop him before it's too late.
Feels like there's something in the back of my throat that's keeping me from doing the cute voices.
The entrance to the Thorn March is deep within the Bramble Patch, Kupo. If you take me there, I can nullify the ward. But be warned, Moogle's god has set traps to lure enchanted beasts. Can't hide from them, so you'll need to protect me, Kupo.
Boop. Oh my god, I have to walk all the way there with this little shit. Malevolent squirrel. Nope. There it is.
We're here, Kupo. I don't see any more beasts, do you? Are you ready to face King Kupo? Then step closer to the ward.
I've decided, fuck. You know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna give this guy the meatwad voice. Why not?
Raise your hand and focus. When you return to an etherite, Kupo, I'll open the way for you. The rest is up to you, Kupo. Now go teach those foolish moguls a lesson and send that king back whence he came.
bounce and a twerk. That's it. Thorn March hard. Oh, right, I forgot. I was in a hurry to... Oh well, I don't really care about this trial anyway. And that's the end of that.
You did it, Kupo! You did it! Good King Moogle Mark 12. May his mighty soul rest in peace. It's no more! I shudder to think what might have happened had you not stopped the Moogles God when you did. Thank you, Valzen. Perhaps now they'll come to their senses and stop playing at fairy tales. I'm so sure that the chieftain will have choice words for them too. You should go and tell Pernicky Pack. The king is no more, Kupo. She's with Rhea or at Camp Tranquil. You can rely on the nurse of the chieftain.
Trust me, Meatwad voice is actually a lot easier on my throat than trying to do a cute voice.
Because I've done it so many times. Do I believe my ears? Good King Moogle Mark the 12th, his magnificent virtue, service, and example to us all, has fallen? Oh, Moogle Commanders, you're dead, Kupo! In that sense, Rhea wishes to congratulate you as well. I shall let you two speak without fear of interruption.
She strikes me as a tsundere character. Her bravery is a service to Taleswood, and her Moogles shall not be forgotten. But to Taleswood and her Moogles. My sister will doubtless wish to hear the tale of this great victory from the mouth of the man responsible. Pray return to the Lotus Stand and treat her to a full account of the day's events, while the details are yet fresh in your mind. the CCR is expecting you. May I show you inside? Nelson, you are returned to us, unharmed and victorious. Thus have I too reasons to be glad. Yet many questions remain unanswered. If you would be so kind to oblige me, I would fain hear all that occurred in Thornmarch. Then it is as we feared. The king really is a primal. But he really isn't, is he? I mean, the Mughals don't worship him, for one thing. He's not even a god to them. That doesn't sound like any primal I've ever heard. Then mayhap the fault lies within the definition. The fact remains that through a combination of the power contained in crystals and the force of their collective faith, the Mughals called forth a being that by rights should not exist. Furthermore, when slain, that being left no corpse, ether which comprised him instead being scattered to the four winds. According to the accepted definition, he may not be a primal, but the mode of his manifestation was in every aspect the same. Which means... Asians! The whole business reeks of their handiwork!
The Purple Bowl? They said it was a masked man who taught them how, years ago. But Gridania has no shortage of masked men, and I never thought to question.
Confound it all! How many more will they ensnare with their tainted gifts? Too many, I fear. So long as there are paragons to stir the embers, fools to build the pyre, and crystals to feed the flames, ever and again shall we suffer primal visitation. Somber thought, but a solitary one. But a sultry one. My heartfelt thanks, Falzon. Already the information you have provided has proven invaluable. The Grand Serpent Marshal and I have much to discuss. Oh, before I do, my lady, I was hoping you might finish discussing that other matter. Good King Mughal the 12th may not have been a god, but he was certainly a legend to be revered by the Mughals, and that just might be enough. The matter of which you speak has even now been settled. The Scion shall not want for support. We shall be glad to send additional supplies to Revenant's Hope. Knew we could count on you, my lady. Well, Eda and I remain to discuss the particulars of our arrangement with the Elder Seedseer. Mayhap you could return to the Waking Sands and appraise the antecedent of all that has transpired. Oh, wait, Waking Sands, not yet. Sorry. It is good to see you hale and hearty, Valzin. I received word from Ida and Papilima that you felled good King Mooglmog the 12th. I had hoped to hear your version of the tale. So it was as I said, someone with the same methods used by the Beast Tribes and taught by the Asians. Though unfortunate, this incident did at least serve to remind the Elder Seedseer of our usefulness. Our offer of additional support could not have come at a better time. My thanks, Valzin. Owing to the tireless efforts of all concerned, we are, at long last, ready to bid farewell to Vesper Bay. So as to avoid drawing undue attention, we shall make the journey to Revenant's Toll in small groups, departing at irregular intervals. Lest you doubt, it is still my intention to conduct future operations openly, but on this particular occasion, the need for caution overrides all other concerns. To move north as one ponderous caravan would only serve to invite attack. It seemed only right that I should be the last to leave, and I would have you remain with me until the end, Valzin. On my departure, the Waking Sands will formally cease to be our headquarters, and the premises will be given into the care of Orianji. I had thought to relinquish the property, but he was quite adamant that I had not the heart to disagree. These walls have borne witness to some of the brightest and darkest moments of our Order's history. Mayhap it's best that we do not forsake them entirely. Orianji shall remain here and devote his energies to studying the nature of primals. By the grace of the 12, he will one day discover the permanent solution that we have sought for so long. Of course, he will not be alone. Alize shall continue to work closely with him as well. Should they require assistance, we have their assurances that they will not hesitate to contact us. Speaking of Orianji, would you inquire of him if any tasks remain undone? I cannot escape the feeling that I have forgotten something. Something important. Thou art ever welcome, Valzin, but I require no assistance. Pray, take thy leave, unburdened by concern for my well-being. Verily, thy countenance bespeaks a desire to quit this place without further delay. Mayhap thou thinkest this chapter of our tale concluded. These halls should rightfully be consigned to the annals of history? In man's eagerness to seize the future, how readily he doth set down the past. Full many a proud pioneer hath bravely stridden into the great unknown, only to find there a banner of his ancestor, faded by the aeons. And still man glorieth in his discoveries. 'Tis though through his pride and wisdom doth ever give way to ignorance. While they who lurk in shadow or remain hidden, lost no sooner than they are found. Be not offended, Valzin. Thy conduct hath ever been beyond reproach. Despite thy surpassing strength, and all thy many victories, thou hast never been so convinced of thine own greatness as to imagine thyself above the failings of thy forebearers. Mayhap it is the echo which hath opened thine eyes to the lessons of history. Would that the same could be said of... Oh boy. Ah! Whence came that cry? The solar! Tofofen, the antecedent! This can't be good. Knock, knock. Oh, crap! Are you alright? You must... Ah! Again. Tell me, Louisoix, would you have done the same? Louisoix Leveilleur was a remarkable man, wise beyond mortal measure. Would that I had met him prior to his passing. Ooh. Ooh, this boy. An Axian here? How? How readily you see. You are indeed gifted. You are indeed gifted, antecedent. But you're not like the others. Your robes. Gifted, but ignorant. Yet I shall not judge you harshly. The fault lies with your forebearers. It has been millennia. Mine are the robes of an emissary. Unlike he who came before, I have no quarrel with you. You speak of La Habrea? La Habrea is a warrior. He fought, he fell. He may yet learn from his mistakes. Then he is still... Come, I only confirm that which you already knew. There is no cessation, no oblivion, only expulsion. You... What are... We're ready when you are, my lady. There's nothing else. Is something the matter?
Oh.
I feel the same way. After everything that's happened here, I feel strange. It feels strange to leave. But I'm sure we'll soon get used to Revenant's toll. Well, I'll let you say your goodbyes. As long as you like, my lady. We shall depart whenever you're ready. It is only to be expected. She lacks the gift and the knowledge both. To her, we are indistinct. I do not understand. Shadowless, fleshless, formless. What truth is there in each tale is diluted by time and telling. Knowledge dictates expectation. Expectation colors perception. Thus did she perceive naught. So it is with all but a chosen few. Even you, when young, could not see with eyes unclouded. You know nothing about me. Nothing. The gifts grants you clarity. It grants you focus. With it, you may in time come to see us as we are, rather than this crude approximation. La Habrea did not think so highly of the Echo. La Habrea is wrong about a great many things. The Echo is indeed a gift, albeit one you have yet to master. If we did, there would be no strife between our peoples, for we would be of one mind. I leave as I came, in peace, antecedent. May we meet again as friends. Wait, stay where you are! Mayhap I was indelicate. 'Tis a mercy she shields her children from his grace with such resolve. Was it also by her hand that you survived the honor, I wonder? I know who he is, but I'm not saying anything. I take it there's no need for explanation. Save your concern. Did me no lasting harm. Whatever his intention was, it was not to kill. Jeez. I'm gonna cry. What happened? Are you alright? Wait, do you need to lie down? I put you a flask for my special tonic. Arianje, send word to the students of Paldesian. Tell them to scour the archives, forbidden tomes in particular. If there's any reference to an Asian robed in white, however oblique, I would know of it. And my lady, is that what gave you cause to cry out? I did but moments ago glimpse a figure clad in white set forth from the waking sands. Yet Asians aren't wont to employ teleportation magics. Why would one be so brazen? I know not and care not. Langdon Valzen, turn every stone in Vesper Bay if you have to.
Roger that.
Pray, attend me, Tartaru. I know the lad. He's a very complex lad. And quite possibly my second favorite Asian. We'll get to my favorite much, much later. If you know, you know. Shrubbery. Oh. Who's in plain sight? I am told you are the warrior of light, but I would know for myself. I shall walk north. You may choose to follow. Know, however, that you will be waylaid if you do. May even perish. Should you survive, we shall speak anon. Zap. If that was your idea of a trial, then I am disappointed. Still not impressed. Okay, now you're just being unoriginal. Okay, now you're just cheating. So, what's your deal then? Remarkable, truly remarkable. I thank you for granting me this indulgence. None save he who bested La Habrea could endure such an examination. The laws of man, grown so twisted in my absence that it is now permitted to lay hands upon an emissary. You bore witness to my audience for the antecedent, did you not? Now you know I acted only in self-defense. I realize the same cannot be said of La Habrea. Even amongst his brethren, he is considered unique. Nevertheless, I cannot wholly condemn his misdeeds, for through them we discovered you, who was strong in the gift that he could cast us out. Mother favors you still, that much is plain. Surely you must feel it. Her influence wanes. Her strength shall soon be spent. These lands, these people, this world, all shall soon change. As it was, so shall it be again. As it should always have been. doubt my claims and question my motives if you will. Only believe me when I say this. I am Elidibus, emissary, bearer of the word of the one true God. We shall meet again. Actually, now that I think about it, dude's probably my fourth favorite Ascian. Again, if you know, you know. Gods, you've returned, Valzin. After you left, I began to worry that I might have sent you to your doom. Think it our visitor proved elusive? Beg pardon, he was waiting for you? What did you do? What did he say? As it was, so shall it be again? Of when does he speak? And of what, exactly? The words of this Elidibus pretend much but reveal nothing. They perhaps a measure of disdain for La Habrea. I had hoped for answers, but it seems I shall be content with a wealth of additional questions. Let us set aside the matter of this Ascian until after we've completed our move to the Rising Stones. There's but one final favor I would ask of you before I depart. I believe I mentioned before that my father was a member of the Alamegan Resistance. The truth, however, is more complicated than that. As far as the Empire knew, he was their spy. He maintained the deception for nigh on half a decade, furnishing the Resistance with vital Imperial secrets while feeding his paymasters subtly conceived misinformation. When he died some 15 years ago, my father left behind his journal. I have closely guarded ever since. It contains every shred of information he and his agents could steal on what they believe to be the single greatest threat to Eorzea, the Primals. Its wisdom has guided me through the years, and there is much within I still do not understand. So I hope that Oriange will fare better. Tell him to treat it with care. That's all I have left of my father. His name is Warburton? Whoa, that's crazy. I wish I could do a voice like his. I thought thee departed. What and dost thou linger? Father's final bequest taught us lifelong labor. It is no small thing to surrender such a cherished memento. Well, I can imagine the antithesis of pain. On my honor, I swear to spare no effort in the study of these materials, lest my lady's sacrifice be in vain. Alison, this is Pamphylia. Forgive me, but I could wait no longer. I have departed for the Rising Stones. If you have yet to... Once you give the journal to Oriange, I bid you come to the Seventh Heaven in Revenant's Hall. Car will be there to show you inside our new headquarters. Assuming you've already attuned to it, you may wish to use our new Aetherites and Revenant's Tool. After all, it is right on our doorstep. Couldn't wait, could you? Thousand, you're here. Good, good. We were all wondering when you'd show up. As I was just telling your recitative receptionist. As I was just telling your recitative just as I was telling your receptionist here, I am glad to inform you that all the documents have been prepared and all signatures signed. The Rising Stones is officially yours. Splendid! From this day forth, I shall spare no effort in seeing that it is as welcoming and comfortable a home for us as the Waking Sands ever was. That said, this is all somewhat intimidating, is it not? So many unfamiliar places and unfamiliar faces. Most of the men and women you see around you here in Werenstall are adventurers who come and go as they wish. I dare say that should make it easier for you to go about your business here. And it shouldn't hurt that Valzen here has already made something of a name for himself here. Isn't that so, Valzen? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's wonderful to hear. Rest assured that this receptionist will work just as hard to see that our efforts do not skip a beat despite the relocation. And with that, Valzen, I do believe it's time for you. The time you officially announce your presence to everyone inside. The antecedent and the others will surely be overjoyed to see you. Well, it is certainly spacious. Today marks a new beginning for the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Today we declare our independence. I thought we were already independent. We shall henceforth be beholden to no nation, but serve all of Eorzea's people proudly and openly. But this does not mean that we will sever our ties to the Eorzean alliance. On the contrary, the antecedent and I shall endeavor to strengthen them. Rest assured, however, that we shall not permit political considerations to influence our decisions. Our identity remains unchanged, as does our cause. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and our single purpose is to safeguard the future of Eorzea. For Eorzea! Moment of your time, Valzen. Would speak of Elidibus. Oh. Pardon the intrusion, milady, but The time which bringeth me will admit no delay. Mine every attempt to contact the students of Baldessian hath been met with silence. No one will respond? How odd. Allow me to try. No response? Surely they would not ignore us. They have never yet, my lady. Fear we must assume the worst. No, not believe it. An outpost, perhaps, but not their headquarters. Their wards are beyond circumvention. If they come under attack, they would most certainly have raised the alarm. No one could penetrate their sanctum unnoticed. But those who lack the gifts and knowledge both. No. Contact their agents in the field at once. If aught has befallen the students of Baldessian, they must know of it. And they may know of it. Though the thought of it pains me, until such time as we have evidence to the contrary, we can but assume the worst. Accordingly, we must needs seek another source of information on Elidibus. It is possible that others in the homeland are possessed of such knowledge. You fairly warned, however, they are unlike to yield it unconditionally. Do what you must. Yet another unforeseen and unwelcome development. What could be next, I wonder? A visit from a crimson-clad Asian, perhaps? Or Ocker? Or Poos? Which of our allies will then fall silent? With time, I thought we had gained the upper hand. We shattered the crystal of darkness and cast out La Habrea. I dared to hope that we had found a way to rid ourselves of the Asian menace. I was wrong. He endures, may yet return. On that point, I have no doubt that Elidibus spoke true. Yet there must be a way to destroy them utterly. A way to spare this world their unholy machinations. Dare not consider the alternative. There are forces at work we do not understand, Balson. I discern them all around. The disturbance is too great and too numerous to be dismissed as mere coincidence. Doubtless the Paragons are involved. But how and to what end is far from clear. I know not will come. I do know what will rise. We will rise and meet as one. My stalwart hero. Your face is a picture of resolve. I know that you will be ready when the time comes. With luck, however, that will not be for a while yet. Pray return to your private affairs with my blessing. Should anything arise, you will be informed. There. Ryle, where are you? Your intercession was not foretold. You object? We question. Our plans are in motion. Your intentions unclear. They survived the 7th Order and are stronger now in the gift. Does that not intrigue you? No, it does not. Serve as you will, so too shall I. We labor not at cross purposes. The wisdom of his plan shall become apparent in time, when the veil is lifted from their eyes. At long last they see. Truly, there is no rest for the weary. Scarce had I begun to make myself at home when I received a request for assistance from Amangina and Sons mineral concern. It would appear their storehouses in Horizon have been the target of a series of covert robberies. Minor as they seem in isolation, occasional discrepancies in the manifests were long dismissed as clerical errors. It was only during the concern's annual audit that a pattern became apparent. Significant quantities of crystals, and only crystals, were missing. Need hardly tell you what that may imply. Oh, cripes, and not again! Are they summoning a Freed again? The Brass Blades charged with investigating thieves believe that someone within the concern is selling crystals for profit. Alas, they have as yet been unable to identify a likely suspect. Concerns proprietors have gone frustrated by their lack of progress. Needless to say, I would not have agreed to intervene had the stolen goods been of merely monetary value. If there is even a possibility that the thief acts not out of self-interest but in service to a primal, we can ill afford to wait for the Blades to realize their mistake. Prepare to depart for Horizon at your earliest convenience. Rendezvous with Y'shtola when you arrive. She and Thancred have already begun a preliminary investigation. I have every confidence that the three of you will get to the bottom of these thefts. I only hope that our fears prove unfounded when you do. Directly to Horizon is quicker, but the goblet is cheaper. Belzen, your assistance is most welcome. I have spoken at length with the Brass Blades of the Rose, albeit to little avail. It would seem that the thieves took great pains to conceal their activities. I could go into further detail, but your time might be better spent in conversation with Fukulupa. He is the officer charged with leading the investigation, and would only be repeating that which he related to me. What eluded my attention, mayhap it will not elude yours. Hey, Boofaloompa. Boofaloompa Loompa. Lulumpa. Belzen, what a pleasure to see you again. Y'shtola is sent to expect you. Terrible business, these thieves. We've yet to confirm the quantity of crystals stolen, but I dare say it may be greater than... But never mind that. I have news to share. A short while ago, the driver of a heavily laden carriage refused to halt for inspection and broke through one of our checkpoints on the Royal Allegan Subway. The cart bolted out towards Eastern Thanalan, where, thank the gods, I hear that our colleagues were able to apprehend them without further incident. A speeding carriage? That would seem a curious choice for thieves of such proven cunning. Yet the Amalja do have a foothold in Eastern Thanalan. And what of their cargo? Do they carry the crystals we seek? We should be receiving a report any moment now, but I fail to see what else it could... Did you miss me, friends? I'm back, but I fear I come bearing disappointing news. Or, on second thought, perhaps it's good news after all. Thancred. Wherever have you been off to? I figured you had everything under control here, so I took a brief excursion to the east to check upon our Amalja friends. Would you believe it? I happened upon a runaway carriage on the way. and even was able to do my small part to help our friends in the brass blades intercept it. All my years, I've never seen such a prodigious quantity of somnus. The blades were calling it one of the greatest hauls I've ever seen. The stolen crystals, on the other hand, were nowhere to be found. Is that so? Alas, I suppose we have no choice but to resume our search elsewhere. We should reassess our options as well. Come with us, Falson. Against all expectation, it would seem the Amalja are innocent of this particular spat of crimes. By all indications, they have yet to replenish the stores of crystals exhausted during their last attempt to summon a fleet. What I can't fathom is why anyone else would go to such lengths to obtain crystals, in such quantities. It can't be we are dealing with simple thieves. If their motive were profits, why would they limit their trade to crystals alone? Plainly, we are missing something. While you think about what it might be, I shall inform Orion J of our progress, or lack thereof.
Now then.
Oh, we got voices for once.
Tis I. The situation may be more complicated than we anticipated.
Indeed, I shall remain watchful. Ere thou goest, another matter requireth thine attention. A young maiden, full eager to... Wherefore inquirest thou of her fairness? Oh, very well. Be she damsel or devil, I shall direct her steps to Revenant's toll. Save thine insinuations for one given to such impropriety. Thou shalt not find me amenable.
Hey.
Far across the sea from the land of Domar have we traveled. We seek audience with the ruler of these lands. Who here speaks for you?
Well, I think this is a good place as any. I think this is a good place as any to call it for the time being. We're at the threshold, and we're going on to something big. Hey, those of you who did, thank you for doing so. I'll see what I can do about tomorrow for some more Ender Lilies. And as always, I'll be continuing to do this next week. And I know it's still on fire right now. It's still very much burning to the ground, but you can still find me on Twitter at the Rippington. But for now, and as always, until next time, folks.